The OKC refs crossed the line.
Johnson was looking at the officials to say challenge, and they didn't give it to him there. And the San Antonio bench is furious, and Tony Brothers just gave Mitch Johnson a technical foul.
And Shea used that to cook the Spurs.
SGA took him deep, and Gilgeous-Alexander.
Talk about hopping on a dime.
Hurt Wemby.
Coming out of a defensive masterclass in Game 4, Stephon Castle was guarding SGA even before he stepped on the court, and he continued hounding him at the start of this one as well.
Gilgeous-Alexander probes, got caught in the air.
Shea has to handle the ball earlier than he usually does at this point in the game.
They're trying to work through the double team. It's kept alive.
On the other end, after scoring just 22 points over the last 3 games on a horrific 28% shooting from the field, Julian Champagnie exploded right off the gates in Game 5.
Kane turned it over. Sell back the other way. Leaving for Champagnie. 2 in a row. Champagnie on the drive. Over the outstretched arm of Holmgren. Gets the lead. Back up to 5.
SGA continues to try to split double teams.
Oh, Champagnie's hit 11 in a row.
In a totally unexpected chain of events, Champagnie scored 13 of his 22 points in a row for San Antonio. And he did that in less than 4 minutes of action on a sizzling hot 72% efficiency, putting his team up by 5 points. I've been waiting for him to heat up ever since Game 1. We can say the same thing about Chet Holmgren as well, who scored a rare bucket over Wemby here but got bumped on his way back to the bench.
This was as the timeout was called. And watch Jalen Williams. Hey, wait a minute. I saw that. I'm gonna play like that.
And Victor responded immediately on the other side.
Johnson goes inside to Wemby. That's the way to get going. Alley-oop dunk.
We had a tight game after 1, but then Alex Caruso stepped in and really made a difference in the second quarter.
Takes it away. Finds Wallace. Hits Hartenstein. Shove him too. Holmgren working inside with Harper. Wallace the push. Caruso moves it. Williams the 3. Timeout. San Antonio. Caruso.
With multiple veteran plays on both ends of the court, Caruso extends the lead to double digits. But when he sat down for a breather and SGA came back in, the Spurs continued their defensive clinic.
Wemby waiting, Wemby blocking. Gilgeous-Alexander looking to get busy, get to work. Castle does it again, took it away from him and is fouled on the run. And could that be a take foul? That's the initial signal from James Capers.
My goodness, Stephon Castle stopped the MVP dead in his tracks, at least till that point in the game, holding him to only 1 of 6 from the field while forcing away 4 turnovers. And after getting brutally rejected by Wemby on one end, Holmgren got bullied by Keldon Johnson on the other.
Oh, look at this.
Keldon Johnson, bully ball 101. It is a 1-point game.
Jeez, Keldon is a pit bull. He literally destroyed the much taller Chet like a little kid. And I gotta show you this egregious example of OKC basketball. Jared McCain elbows Harper, which goes unpunished, only to throw himself to the ground a few seconds later and get the call for himself. This is absurd. On the contrary, this was a legit ankle breaker.
Once ahead with Wembanyama. SGA took him deep, and Gilgeous-Alexander hits his second field goal.
SGA made the alien touch earth on that one, and he got the friendly bounce to drop. It seems like this was the play that finally got him going, because
Fox the defense, Gilgeous-Alexander. Get no Wembanyama. Can you get closer to the basket? Football and hoops in the Olympics.
The boy got his own money. He's leasing with royalties. Caruso.
You're in the final half minute. Gilgeous-Alexander pulling up. Got 2. Look at him.
Shea got busy near the end of the half, scoring 12 points in 6 minutes to put OKC up by 13. Although a good chunk of his points came from the free throw line on soft fouls far away from the basket. Regardless, up by 11 points at the start of the third, the Thunder used the momentum to build a convincing lead.
Rough, tough, thick, and physical. McCain had his arm. Oh! It Fox's arm, and he scored anyway! Do-si-do for a deuce. Step back triple. Got them all! Timeout! San Antonio! This team at home, when they get rolling, they are so tough to stop. Gilgeous-Alexander. 9-0 to start the quarter.
You heard the commentator. When they get the snowball rolling, it quickly becomes an avalanche. Down by 20 on the road, the Spurs didn't plan on quitting, but instead, they stood up, shook off the dust, and returned the blow.
Pass a little out. Wemby got a beautiful finish with one hand. Physical Vassell with Holmgren. Knocked it away. Harper cut off by McCain. Here comes Johnson off the wing for two.
And you've got to be able to play through contact. Look at this. Wemby putting his head down. He got 2 feet in the paint, which led to a wide open three.
Johnson drills the three to cut the deficit to 12 points, igniting a mini barrage of long-range bombs.
Johnson crashes. Castle three. Got that.
Nice.
Sudden Spurs can get this down single digits. The three from Vassell is good. Timeout.
After being scoreless in the first half, Devin Vassell brings his team to an 8-point deficit with his first bucket of the night. This leads us to the controversial ending of the third period, when the refs took over the game with a series of bad calls against the Spurs.
Fox trying to stay high. Gets with Holmgren. Beat him to the basket. Hornet. And it's swiped away by Wallace. No goaltend. Vassell off on the three. Lot of holding.
Cason Wallace blatantly strips the ball out of the rim on what was a clear goaltend. So instead of 2 points for San Antonio, they ended up with a foul by Cornet and 2 free throws for Williams. Then on the very next possession, Wemby penetrates inside and the ball hits Holmgren's foot before going out of bounds. But the refs saw something else.
And now a conversation between Capers and Brown and Brothers and Sean Wright. Who was it off of? See if they flip the call or not.
All right, let's go. They're
Call
throwing it in.
stays. Call
Someone's
stays.
going to get the ball out of bounds.
Even after their mini counseling, they stuck with the initial decision. But not only that, cause suddenly things took a wild turn.
Johnson was looking at the officials to say challenge, and they didn't give it to him there. Gilgeous-Alexander from the top. Into the paint and gets fouled. And the San Antonio bench is furious. And Tony Brothers just gave Mitch Johnson a technical foul.
What is going on? Mitch Johnson wanted a challenge, as we see him waving in the ref's face here. But the guy puts him on snooze and simply walks past him. And on top of that, they awarded SGA with 2 free throws for yet another flop and hit Coach Johnson with a tech for spilling his nerves. Now that's the refs playing triple threat right there. So here we are watching Shea bump the lead up to 13 points, when in fact it should have been an 8-point game with a possession for the Spurs. This is a highway robbery. And the product of that,
Fox on the attack. Dort gets up and foul.
trying to compensate for what they messed up, the refs call a foul on this clean block by Dort. Once you get into a whirlwind like this, you instantly lose control of the game. With all that being said, the Thunder led by 10 points at the start of the fourth, when the Spurs turned to Wemby, hoping he could bail them out. The only thing is,
Wemby. Not tonight. 0 for 4 from deep. 3 in the quarter. Harper. Wemby. Couldn't get the timing down. Now 1-on-1 with Hartenstein. Try to get that rebound. Hartenstein body in front. Wemby plays volleyball.
Hartenstein did a terrific job defending Victor last night, keeping him to 20 points on a miserable 4 of 15 shooting. On the other hand, Shea was struggling just as Wemby was, but with one big difference. He had a few teammates who were in the mood for hunting.
Gilgeous-Alexander down the ball handler. McCain lifting, launching, landing a three. Gilgeous-Alexander, 2-man game at Hartenstein. Caruso, corner, triple. Steps back, triple. Ball is the board. McCain feeling it, finding it. And the Spurs call for time.
Jared McCain delivers the kill shot with little under 4 minutes to play in the final period. He was huge in his first start for OKC, scoring 18 of his 20 points in the second half. SGA did score 32 himself, but on very low efficiency and needing 17 free throws to do so. Trailing by 14 with little time left in the game, the Spurs raised the white flag, but watch Wemby here saying something to Plumlee and Biyombo in their ears. What could have possibly been?
Reminder, as soon as we're done, NBA Showtime presented by AT&T. Recap of this one. 139 and a foul on the Spurs.
Yeah, I would say so. Look, everything that's going down here with the Thunder. Here's a shot.
Biombo
to the
hard
fin-
foul on
See,
McCain.
these are 2 shots to McCain.
Ooh, now we know. Wemby acts like the Godfather and sends his man to do the dirty work for him. If it wasn't obvious by now, it's official. They hate their guts. Nevertheless, the Thunder take a crucial Game 5 and are now 1 win away from reaching the finals, something that happened after 26 years for my Knicks, who swept the Cavs just yesterday. This made the Knicks fans act like European hooligans on the streets of New York. I got it all right here in this video, so check it out and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.